All right, everyone, welcome. Welcome back to Appropriations. For our new members who I want to introduce, I just want to say that, and for our members that are here, this is absolutely the best committee in Annapolis. What you get to do here, you know, other committees, those policy committees, they pass a bill, they pass some policy, they forget it, and then it's this committee that tracks that policy over years and years, tracks it through the agencies, makes sure they're doing their job, and there's a lot of influence in that and a lot of ability to affect your community. So I'm proud of this committee. I think we've got a great group. We do have some new members, so I want to go through those, starting with our Speaker Emeritus, Adrian Jones. When I came to Appropriations 12 years ago, I was assigned to EED as Vice Chair, and this was my chair. And she provided me so much mentorship, so much grace and kindness. She's not a person that suffers fools, so that'll be good because we don't have any fools on this committee, Madam Speaker.
Well, this was the first committee I was on.
First committee you were on.
Yep.
And I can tell you, this is a privilege for all the members on this committee to be able to watch her and be mentored by her this session. And please make sure you take advantage of that because this is one of the outstanding Marylanders, Speaker Jones. So, happy to have you back. We're also joined by my old poker buddy, our new Vice Chair, Ann Kaiser. So welcome, Vice Chair. Welcome to the committee. Can't wait to work with you.
Thank you.
Yes. My bestie over there, Karen Tolles. Welcome to Appropriations. You'll be great here. And Delegate, yeah, thank you. And Delegate Harrison holding it down for us in Prince George's. Welcome. I think it's going to be great. And our new Vice Chair of Racing. So congratulations on that. We're going to have a great year this year. We're going to do some more introductions and we'll talk a little more. We do want to start with the Department of Legislative Services because they are busy and I know that we want to get them introduced so they can get back to work. Without these folks, and for our new members who work tirelessly for these 90 days and throughout it, we could not do our work done. We would not have a budget. We would be nowhere working into the night. So we're so appreciative of the work that you all do. We have Ryan Bishop and David Romans with us. I know Vicki had another meeting and was unable to be here, so she apologizes, but Ryan, our Director of Policy Analysis, and David, our Fiscal Coordinator, if you want to come on up, say hello, and introduce any new fiscal analysts that you have.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the committee. I am Ryan Bishop, the Director of the Office of Policy Analysis for DLS. Welcome back. Happy second day, only 89 days to go. We just want to express our thanks to you for all of your support of our department and of our office over the years. It really means the world to us, and it allows us to do a much more effective job, so we thank you for that. We know you have some budget challenges ahead of you this year with the deficit that you're going to have to resolve and get to budget balance. But we have a very capable and talented group of budget analysts and committee staff to assist you in that endeavor and navigating those challenges. I'm always available to you if you ever need any help or advice on anything, whether it be budget related, policy related, or staffing related. My door is always open. Feel free to reach out. With that, I'll turn it over to David, who will introduce and in some cases reintroduce some of the budget staff to you that you'll be working with for the next 89 days. David?
Thanks, Ryan. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We look forward to working with you all this session. For those of you who are new to the committee, I mean, you have an additional 20 or so budget analysts who help support the committee on top of the committee staff who are assigned here. And I mean, our primary activity is supporting the fiscal committee. So, you know, feel free to ask questions. Let us know what you need to help you with the process. I do want to introduce first just some of our managers. Many of you know them on the operating budget side, and they can just stand up. Tanya Zimmerman is our operating budget manager. And Ann Braun is our deputy manager. On the capital side, Emily Haskell is back to help with the capital. And I don't know that he's here, but Matthew Klein, who's been here for many years. Oh, yeah, he is. Okay. Rumor is this might be Mr. Klein's last year, so. But that's why we have Emily, too.
See if you can get persuade him to stay another.
Yeah, you've got 90 days to convince them. So. So those are our managers. I also wanted to introduce, we have 3 new budget analysts I wanted to introduce. I'll ask each of them to stand. Connor Brown, who will be handling Department of Labor and some of the human service agencies. And then we have Ryan Brown, Ryan will be handling a lot of BRFA-related responsibilities, the Budget Reconciliation and Financing Act, for those of you who are new, as well as he's supporting our new budget system, so he's a very busy person right now. And thirdly, Josh Weinstock, who is going to be handling public safety budget. I would say 2 of the 3 are refugees from the federal government, so all the federal cuts have had some benefit to our staff anyway. And then the last thing I wanted to introduce, Mr. Chair, is we have subcommittee coordinators who, when you get to the decision process of the budget process, they will suddenly appear in your subcommittees to help coordinate the decisions, keep track of the actions you take, and so forth. So for public safety and administration, Yasha Rai, she's going to stand. For Health and Social Services, Victoria Martinez. Transportation and Environment, Savishka Pahujal. Education and Economic Development, Sarah Baker. The full committee will be Jacob Cash, and Madeline Miller will again coordinate the Capitol, who many of you are familiar with. So that's our kind of leadership team that you'll see the most of this session. We really look forward to supporting the process, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, David. Thanks for the introductions. Thanks again for your hard work. Budget comes out next week, so I know we'll be anxiously awaiting that and getting to work. I think our fiscal briefing is the Monday after, and so we'll look forward to that. But I know you all are busy, so we'll give you a minute to head out. But thank you all so much for the work. Can't wait to see you guys at the local meetings. Thanks. All right, I'm going to do some staff introductions as our DLS leadership staff heads out. For the first year on appropriations, we have Laura Hyde, who is her 7th year with DLS, and she will be staffing the full committee items as well as EED, RSF, I guess is what we're going to call it, and capital. Laura, welcome to the committee. Hey. Joe Guberle is in his 3rd year with appropriations. He will again be staffing HHS and pensions. Joe. First year on appropriations and first year at DLS, Yanisha Norris, she is staffing T&E and PSA, but she comes to us by way of a fellowship at ECM. So welcome and congratulations. Matt Bennett is back, 17 years with DLS. He will be assisting across subject matters and be an asset to us. So Matt, thanks for coming back. We do have speaker staff assigned to us, Tom Lewis. Tom, who I've known since my Miller days and his Cass Taylor days, so it all comes around. So looking forward to working with you, Tom. Welcome. Yeah. Committee staff, Helen Wilson, the dean of our committee, 26 years here in Annapolis. Helen? Okay, she's outside the room. Tony DeLuge, who's probably still out at the front desk, 4th session with us as our 2nd session secretary. Jewel Harris is my aide. She is on maternity leave, but she'll be back in March, so we'll look forward to that. Addie Fleming, 1st year with us. She's a committee coordinator, and she's also going to help with covering some of Jules' responsibilities to keep me straight. So, Addie, welcome in your 1st year. Zelshadai Solomon, did I get that right? I did? Okay, Zelshadai Solomon, legislative fellow. Okay, come see me later today so we can get acquainted. Right, welcome. Thanks for being with us. John Erskine, an intern from University of Maryland, will be in our office. Ethan Stubbs, an intern from UMBC, will be with us. Carol Smith with her 4th session as our chief of staff for the committee. She's the primary contact for the chair as well as committee operations. So, Carol. That's our staff for session. I want to go through just a few committee guidelines, just as a refresher for those who are coming back and for our new members. Attendance is taken at committees and subcommittees. The subcommittee work is vitally important to what we do. That's where we roll up our sleeves and get into the agencies. So you need to be in subcommittee, you need to be there present and working with your subcommittee chairs and vice chairs on the subject matter. Excused absences will be limited to conflicting bill hearings, meetings with the speaker, meeting with the governor, emergency at the chair's discretion. If you're going to be absent, it's okay if you want to alert me, but please make sure you text Carol so she can mark it officially. You don't want me messing up and forgetting to excuse you, so make sure you're texting Carol. Budget hearings will go as normal. The governor's budget, as we talked about, will be introduced next week. Hearings will begin shortly after. We're starting to schedule those out now. Budget books will be delivered by DLS. Hearing schedules are available on the website, and DLS analysis will be out 2 days before the hearing. So make sure you're looking at those analysis before the hearing. I would like our subcommittees to employ pre-meets, which have been really helpful, I think, to our subcommittees before the subcommittee meetings, to meet with the analysts to sort of go through what the issues may be for that meeting. So please, if you can, if schedules allow, employ pre-meets for your subcommittees if you're a subcommittee chair. Testimonies will always be available on the floor system, so look for that. Talked about the subcommittees, I think. Voting is going to be usually done on Fridays. That gets a little different at the end of session, as you know, where we sometimes have to cram in voting sessions. But till we get up to the end of session, voting sessions will be typically on Fridays. The packets will be distributed in advance, as Christ always makes me do. Amendments must be submitted prior to the vote, and votes, once they're cast, they're final, so there's no changing your vote once they're cast. We do follow the second reader rule. This is a very tenured committee here, so you all know what that is. I don't need to get into that. We're a paperless committee, so materials will be on the floor system and on the website. My schedule is open door policy, so you're free to schedule a meeting with me, but as those of you who have been on this committee know, you can just walk in my office anytime. You're free to just come in, grab me when you need me. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what's on your mind and what your priorities are, so we can be efficient and effective. It takes all of us and all of our voices to put a budget together. We need every one of you, so please make sure you're coming to see me or the vice chair or your subcommittee chair with whatever issues are coming up. We are the second chamber this year to receive the budget. So, the schedule is a little later for us this year, which helps us get our arms around it, gives us a little more time, which, there's pluses, minuses to both. But I think this year where there aren't a lot of options other than cuts, frankly, this year, right? And so that's going to be difficult for all of us who have so many priorities and who care so much about our communities, because we are again facing a budget shortfall. As we left session last year, we were not. We had plugged the hole. And in fact, when we closed out fiscal 25, we closed with a surplus. We closed with a $500 million surplus. That was a testament to the work you all did in here and the work the governor and the General Assembly did in collaboration to shore that up. Unfortunately, in the interim, we've continued to see write-downs and effects from that big, beautiful bill, which have created another hole in the budget, frankly. We will deal with it. We balance the budget every single year. We are mandated to do it. And we will do it again this year through the collaboration of everyone on this committee. Our next full meeting is Tuesday, January 20th at 1 o'clock in person in this room. That will be a briefing on the big, beautiful bill and the impacts of that, which I think are about $500 million. And so we're going to hear that and see how the state can cope with that, not just in the near term, because there are a lot of long-term implications from that as well. So please make sure you're present at that. Staff will have an organizational meeting tomorrow at 11. I missed some stuff, but Carol will tell me later and remind me. And with that, I think that is our meeting. Anything for the good of the order? Madam Speaker, welcome back. Any comments? Madam Vice Chair, would you like to introduce your staff?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. They're not in here right now. My aide, Mega Savalia, has been with me for 3 years, and I will have 3 interns this year, all former students of mine from my ethics class. So you will see them on different days. So Audrey, Anand, and Alexios. So thank you.
Congratulations again.
I know, triple.
on your subcommittee, and Lethea McCaskill, a new subcommittee chair on our new racing subcommittee. And we will be having a briefing on racing because it's new to all of us. And so thanks for working with staff to coordinate that and getting everyone needed at that meeting. So, appreciate you. Yeah. And we have a new capital subcommittee chair, Malcolm Ruff. Congratulations. Yeah. Yes, sir. I think with that, we covered everything we need to. Now we just got to get down to work. So thank you, everybody. We're adjourned.